Hey guys, Zelonius here. Welcome to another video on the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you a tactic, player instructions for a formation that on previous FIFAs has been pretty OP. I don't think it's been the best it could have been this year, but I feel now that we've started to get a lot of crazy juiced up cards, I feel like this formation could be very good for the last few months of the game. I've done plenty of formation videos recently on what I think the absolute best are, what I think the meta ones have been for the year, what I think you should be using if you used to use any formation. But if you want to try something a bit different, very attacking, have lots of fun for the last few months of the game, because let's be honest, at this point in the game, the weekend league rewards, they're not particularly special. You just try out a variety of cards, try to have a bit of fun before the game finishes for the year, and we get the new EA Sports Football Club. You might want to try something a bit different. You might not want to just use exactly what you've used the whole year. And if you do, you can check out the videos I've done on that. But the formation we're talking about is going to be the narrow. So let's get into it. This is the team I've been using lately. I have like 800k coins. Let me know if you think there's any like obviously really good upgrades I could do. Pretty much all these cards are untradeables. Zinchenko's not. I don't think Richarlison is. And then Neuer's not. So I can swap it about a bit, but yeah, what would you guys do? In terms of my tactics, we go here. So as anyone who watches a lot of my videos will know, I tend to put two formations out there. And by that I mean two versions of the formation. So when I'm using something as a default tactic, I'll put it on my defensive. The defensive is the one that I would spend the majority of the game in. My attacking is what I switch to if I'm a goal or two down, need to come back into it, but I don't want to go all out yet. My ultra defensive is what I will play when I'm trying to see out a game, trying to make sure that I don't concede basically when I'm getting all out pressed. My ultra attacking is generally speaking only go if it's desperate times, desperate measures. We might go late on in a game if I'm a goal down or if I'm 2 or 3 down with about 65, 70 minutes gone. But the one we're looking at today is the 4-3-1-2. Are you sick of getting out teamed on FIFA? Want more coins to build that God squad you've always been dreaming of? Check out utnice.com, the best place to buy coins for FIFA 23. They're simple, easy to use. Use code ZEL at checkout for a 5% discount. Check out utnice.com today. Now there's two narrows. The narrow diamond, so this one's the diamond because the midfield four, you get a cam, two centre mids and a CDM. This one here, the 4-3-1-2, is the exact same except for the CDM there moves slightly up and becomes a centre mid. The narrow diamond used to be the one that was very popular, but I feel like probably since 18 to be honest, the 4-3-1-2 is actually better because in my opinion, the middle centre mid, so it's Kimmich here. For some reason, it swaps and goes Cavalli or CDM there, but the middle centre mid here, I think, links up the midfield, leaves less gaps, helps you a lot more in terms of the build-up with this formation compared to the CDM and the other. And you just put them, you'll see on the instructions when we get there, you just put this centre mid on stay back, and by doing so, it's very easy to have them as like an anchor man. Now, one of the reasons I don't think the narrow has been that good the last few years, and in particular a lot this year, is that the formation is very reliant on, well, FIFA's been very reliant for a few years on getting width. The only way to really get width in this formation is the fullbacks. And then when the fullbacks are stupidly attacking, you get left exposed. So it's one of the key reasons you need your CDM on staying back just to help the centre backs. But I feel like you're still going to have those issues. But earlier in the year, I don't think we had the best attackers and cards to utilise the attacking qualities of this. This formation is just really good at overloading people through the middle. You can see there you've got 4 midfielders and 2 strikers. There's so many options in the middle. It just overloads people. You get that triangle as well, which is really nice. The cam and 2 strikers. It's very hard to defend against someone when they're playing in the narrow. The main problem people had there, like I said, just too weak defensively. But now we've got pretty much all attackers who are going to have 5-star weak foot skill moves, really good at dribbling. It's going to be even harder to defend and make the strength of this formation stand out more. Plus, we've got top tier fullbacks now who can attack and defend very well with 99 stamina. So these guys are going to be able to go up and down So the weaknesses of this formation aren't as bad anymore, whereas the strengths are a lot better. In terms of my default version of the tactic, I don't think you want high width on this one defensively. I think that you want the team to play fairly compact. You don't want to stretch them out and leave gaps. Pretty high depth though. This tends to be a pretty good formation for pressing in my experience. The build-up play we have unbalanced, chance creation, direct passing, low width in the attack. The only width we really want is from the two fullbacks, these guys, Frimpong and Zinchenko. So by having this width low, it keeps the majority of our players in the middle, and we get the natural width from the fullbacks, but then we attack a lot through the middle and make it very hard for our opponents to defend. Players in box we have on 6, don't want it too crazy. For the instructions, we've got stay central, stay forward on our 2 strikers. Want them to stay central for obvious reasons in a narrow formation. Some people might prefer balance width, but I like to stay central on them. It just gives you a focal point. The stay forward means they're just going to be an outlet for you. Now, this part's important. It doesn't work brilliantly as much as some formations, but it still does work decent. We'll come back on defense on the cam, stay back and cover centre on this middle centre mid, and then we go cover wing on the 2 outside centre mid. By doing so, this should set us up in game like a 4-4-2 when defending. Now, your cam's probably not going to be very good at defending, and because he starts the cam and come back on defense, he isn't going to get back there great, but he should, generally speaking, when it works properly in game. Defenders and centre mid, you have these 2 on the wings, and then you defend like a 4-4-2, which is a very good formation to defend in. The defenders, we leave them on default, except for what's in the centre backs. But then the full backs, the default on everything except for overlap, because they start on balance attack anyway, but we put them on overlap for the run type. Want them making runs overlapping on the wing. There's no one really for them to overlap technically, but the overlap option just makes it so they do the runs properly. Then for a more aggressive version, like a lot of my tactics, I do up some things a little bit. I up the width in the defense just a bit because it helps with pressing. Up the depth a lot because we're trying to press more aggressively. Press after possession loss. That's obvious why that's in there. Just a lot better than balanced in terms of winning the ball back. You basically got all out press for 7 seconds. This formation is very good at that. The width in the attack we up ever so slightly, but not too much. Players in box up. And then for this, I do the exact same instructions, except for the fullbacks, I have them on join the attack. So they're still on overlap, but I have them on join the attack. It just says that it makes forward runs rather than occasionally makes forward runs. I don't think this makes too drastic a difference. It is just going to give you a little bit more of an outlet from them, and they're going to naturally look to make those runs a bit more than they do in some others. Do I think this formation is top tier? No. Do I think, like, if you had to get your best week in league record or your life depended on one game of FIFA, I'd recommend using the narrow on FIFA 23? No. Do I think it's a viable formation that you can get great results with? Yes, I've done that. I think that now that we've got the attackers to utilise the strengths of it a lot more, and we've got fullbacks who can really go up and down the wings all game, I think it's definitely a lot more viable and you can get a lot more joy out of it. And I think for the main reason I'm putting it, I think it's just more fun. I think you guys will have a good time with it. Appreciate you guys watching this video as always. Keep it spicy. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.